Hello, YouTube and the world. It's Matthew Baird again here today. I know it's only like a few people who's watching, but I say that because it goes out to the world. Really, it does, and gets saved pretty much forever. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of just repeating what others are saying, but in this case, it's talking about a solar flare, more along the lines of that solar wave I mentioned earlier. But let's listen to what he says. Fortunately, he doesn't mind being cited. I'm coming in after him. I'm just repeating other people's information, like anyone but the actual professionals here, like Mister BB333. So yeah, it's better to cite the people who know than to pretend it's your information from my educational background.
Guys, hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Over here at the Soho LASCO C3 instrument, this is looking at the sun through the spacecraft from Earth, and you can see it's emitting a lot of plasma, has been for the last 48 hours. You're looking at the 13th, 14th, and 15th activity from this spacecraft.
And today being the 17th.
Active region on the backside of the
this is
sun.
how long it takes them to get here. I'm waiting till it get here. Wait till it's going to be here.
It orbits around the sun, so the stereo spacecraft is back here. The stereo B spacecraft is in front of the Earth. Stereo A is back here, looking at the sun from this angle. So we're looking at...
Yeah, look at how thorough this guy is.
We can't see it all from this field of view, but we're going to take a look at what we can
look at that
see.
blow off.
Also the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And you can see a lot of large solar flares with large associated CMEs soaring off of the backside of the sun. You got to keep in mind the sun is eclipsing part of these large CMEs, so we're not even seeing them all. We're going to come back and take a look at what helio...
And yeah, that is some major fire.
Seismologists have discovered while following this very large active region that right now is turning towards the Earth, and the active
as
region
we speak, it should be
right
getting about to
on the
face us.
northeastern limb of the sun, and you can see this bright orange area. That's where the active region, multiple sunspots possibly in that area, are at. And again, this is turning towards the Earth. And
yeah, right where zero.
Very, very close.
Right where zero is pointed about mid there. I suspect it's about heading almost that direction now.
Wanted to show you guys today's UV reading from right out here in Southeast.
And then it take a little time for it to get here.
15 p.m. UVAB right over here was a 12.71. That was the high reading for today. The estimated UV for today was 8.2. So as you can see, there was another big difference, 8.2 versus a 12.6. And this continues to get higher. This is...
Yeah. UV is ultraviolet radiation.
Still in the springtime. This is a summertime reading in the month of April. So once again, the UV is in the extreme range. Okay, I want to take you guys now back up to the sun. This is a little closer field of view from the LASCO C2 instrument, the 13th and 14th, and you can see still a lot of activity coming off of both sides of the sun, the eastern side of the sun and the western side of the sun. Close-up view from the 14th. I want to pause it right there and show you something I captured on the 14th by sheer accident.
I love this guy, but we don't want to take too much.
No, I went up there.
We don't want to take too much of his stuff, so what I'm going to do now is they start with recommended. You go to recently uploaded. Asteroid named after God of darkness is near Earth. Office. He's talking about office. Let's see. I swear there was something else in the news. I'm reluctant to quote Mr. Marfugal. Even though he is the news. When it comes to, consumer-based news, unbiased, non-mainstream, they're not going to give me anything else. I'll go to try, go to Marvel News. I'm sorry, mister. But he, again, is the only one really. I could go to Fox, I could go to CNN. But if I want to learn about history, I go to the, Leak Project, history, metaphysics, science. If I want to hear the news, I'm typically going to, we could try Mary Greeley. Let's try Mary Greeley. She always has, and it's related to the solar activity. Look at that earthquake, Cranberry Isles, M26, Maine historical, and it's a 7.2 quake. 1929, Yellowstone geyser eruption at 11:22, April 16th, 2022. Old Faithful. No, where was the one I was? See, if you look on one source of media, like if I'm looking on the TV, I'm getting different results. She'll include some information as to what's going on about Yellowstone. At the very least, we get that. See what we got here. Yeah, see, they want us to share it. I'm sharing. I'm giving credit. Not saying it's my stuff. I'm just saying that, these are some of the people that have been putting out reliable information for long enough that I watch them regularly. Yeah. Yeah, that's just going to show the eruption itself, which, is check the Weatherman Plus. That's who we'll check. Weatherman Plus. This guy predicts the weather so far out that I forget what it was. I remember that about, oh yeah, he said that was coming a week ago, 2 weeks ago. At least, up to, a month ago. There he is, Weatherman Plus. All right, let's see. CMME update. See? He's on it.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus.
Hey,
Let me give you an update on these next two storms that are coming. And I see people push an issue about the nor'easter. It's really going to be a little East Coast storm. It's not going to be a nor'easter. As well as that low pressure that's moving through the Atlantic, through the East Coast. And it's never shown to be anything, guys. But I see a lot of people are pushing the narrative for that. So I will update you and let you know what's going on with all that. Plus, I got you updates on that CME that hit and what we have left to it, as well as what's going on
There you go, see?
New
It
Mexico
hit.
fire. The McBride fire is just getting out of hand and just crazy. Now, if you've never been here before,
I didn't even know about the McBride fire.
all year
Thank
long.
you.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and click all.
Yeah, check him out.
Notifications of my videos. All acts, if you know anybody in any of these impacts, please share this information on social media. Give people the latest information and warnings of what's going on.
Yeah, because
hit
again,
that like button. Help me get around to new people every day. Now, you do have a tornado risk for today. You have a 2%, as well as a little wind and some hail as well.
yeah, that's for
Significant
today.
chance for hail, especially northeastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas. And your tornado threat for today is Tulsa, Oklahoma, Little Rock, Arkansas, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Fort Smith, Arkansas, and Fayetteville, Arkansas, as well as your hail threat. You have significant chance for hail, severe, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, as well as Springdale, Arkansas. And you also have your 5% down here in the brown. Now, tomorrow, you still have the severe weather in the south. I think flash flooding is going to be the biggest issue. No chances for tornadoes. You have a 5% chance for some winds and a 5% chance for some hail. And Sunday, you have a chance for severe weather as well. You have 5% in all this brown and 15% in this yellow. And So far, a severe weather risk for Sunday. Most severe is going to be Mobile, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, Gulfport, Mississippi, Monroe, Louisiana, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi, as well as your 5%. You do have flash flooding for today in this green, a marginal, and tomorrow it's going to move a little bit further south, and as you go into Sunday, a little bit further to the southeast.
And we're not going to take his whole show here. He's going to go ahead and tell you about the weather. Check him out.
As well as all the details that are in this.
For 30 days, I could not believe my before and after picture. I literally rolled back the...
Yeah, you want the details? Check him out. We're jumping around. We got other stuff to see as well.
This is by CBS News, so you can see exactly what was going on with this fire. There is a lot of
Look at that. Look at the showmanship this guy has. He's got a setup going, don't he?
What is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Almost just got also got this video from Andy Mania 1911 that shows what it was like.
All right. Also, again, we're not going to take up a ton of his stuff here, hopefully.
You can also see as your day goes along, you're going to start getting some 20 and 30 miles per hour wind gusts that could get up to 40 and 50, especially the higher elevations.
You see where it's moving there on the right?
Up Midwest is going to be dropping a little bit of snowfall. But as we go towards the 19th and on, we have a system coming that's going to grow even stronger. And no, this is not your nor'easter in the northeast. The northeast storm is just going to be a coast storm. It's not going to be super big, guys. This is actually going to be up into Canada. You can also see this on the Euro, the storm that we're about to get, as well as the one that comes around the 20th, going to be for upper Midwest a little bit and go into Canada.
So we got for the 20th.
North Atlantic oscillation to see if we're going to be on a high ridge with this jet stream or go into a low trough. You can see it right when we go into 19th and the 20th. It's going to start going into a low trough. And this is mainly going to be a little bit for the upper Midwest and a little bit for the Northeast because it is going to be mostly towards Canada. And it's going to hang around all the way to the late 20s and go away. And when you look at your AO, your Arctic oscillation, lets you know when you're going to have cold air coming down or not. You can see there is going to be a cold front coming down all the way to the 21st and 22nd, as well as going back up for the end of the month and maybe coming back again towards later April, which will be on the west side of the U.S.
Right. I'm really trying to catch the CME information here.
There, and this is where your potential storm will be in the northeast. So the cold air does go towards the northeast, but towards the end of the month, you can see how it starts swinging towards the west, and that is bringing colder temperatures to the west side of the U.S. While we have...
Okay. See, this is why you should prepare, honestly.
space weather, guys. Now, we had some CMEs fire off, some
There we go.
mass injections, and the potential impacts is primarily poleward of 60 degrees geomagnetic latitude. Weak power grid fluctuations can occur from this. The aurora may be visible at high altitudes, northern tier of the U.S., such as northern Michigan and Maine. And you can see here at 60 degrees that it is going to affect still the northern half of the U.S., and it's still going to affect the U.K. as well. And these aurora lights that you can see at these times, you will be able to see them again. Now, as you look at this shot here, you can see coronal mass injections firing out from the sun. And as you can see with the aurora forecast, it was very strong when it came in, especially towards the UK as well. But as you go through for today, it's going to start doing a weakening phase. It is going to strengthen right back up again. So later on,
Fire in the sky.
See these auroras, but it is big up here.
What else would an aurora be?
It is going to strengthen right back up again before it goes away. So make sure you get a chance if you want to see that after dark.
And meteors and
those lights. Now, I do have these links in the description for you as well, so you can go keep up with it, so you can see what the magnitude is and where it's directing. But you can see how it was from the 14th to the 15th, and then it's going to go away, guys. So these are the last 2 days of what's going on with the CME. As well as these flare bursts, so you can see what they look like. And if you want to see what the size are compared to what Earth looks like, this is the size of the sunspot that it came out of, and you can see it on Earth scale. It is bigger than our planet, guys. But you can also see that we had our severity for today. It has gone up, and now it's starting to downgrade some. We did have the 5 for today. As we go through tomorrow, it is going to downgrade. And as we go through the 17th, it's just going to be settled down. Now, service interruptions are possible from April 18th through April 20th because of this. Power system maintenance at the Space Weather Prediction Center is scheduled for April 18th through the 20th. While every effort will be made to minimize the impacts, some interruptions of data, products, and service is expected. And it should return to normal later than Wednesday, April 20th. Plus, this is a 30-minute aurora forecast. You can see what's going on. Link in the description as well. It updates every 30 minutes. And you can see right here for Canada, as well as the polar region, that y'all are in the stormy path of what's going on with the CME. While it's still active for the sub-auroral down here. So northern U.S., mostly, like I said, Michigan and Maine, you'll have the best chances in the U.S. to see any of these northern lights. You can see it here for the South Pole as well as the North Pole, and this is live. Plus, let's talk about this possibility of the system that's been forming in the Atlantic. I'm sure.
All right. Again, for the rest of those details, go to his channel, check him out. Good people, good stuff, good information. I wanted to kind of check out Secure Team 10. I haven't given him, Tyler, a look in a while. And him and Mr. BB333 are my two main sources. Spycraft Orbis US. ISS. The proof is out there. UFO threat to U.S. security. Question mark. Asteroid. Asteroid vanishes. What happened? Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah. Let's go to his channel. Something isn't right about planet Venus. Well, there's news for you. That was 11 hours ago. 9 days ago, chilling details, newly leaked UFO files. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Okay, we're going to go a little further back. That wasn't that long ago. That was 12 days ago. This is a month ago. We're gonna start with this one.
So, ladies,
Gonna do the usual jumping around so as to try to avoid any kind of copyright or insult to the creator. Again, it's an homage, if anything. Kind of.
holy shit.
Yeah. I've been watching him since he was making shows like I'm making them. That was his logo. I love it. That was awesome.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. So where have I been for 11 days? Well, I got extremely ill. I for sure know that I got the flu in bed for 7 days straight. Could not get up. So I'm still here, no worries. And the UFO strangeness has continued. And today's video is extremely special because I have something to reveal to you guys that I had known about for many years now and never thought that I would be lucky enough or chosen to receive one. But we'll get to that here in a second. So this first clip I wanted to show you guys, along with other very mysterious UFO footage in this video, is a clip of something posted to TikTok, I believe, and we hear this young female's voice talking about this, what appears to be a crashed
That's an artwork
flying
of some
saucer
sort, obviously.
halfway dug into the snow. It was translated from Russian, so I'm guessing this is somewhere in Russia or one of the Russian states. It was very interesting. Obviously, if this were some sort of downed alien flying saucer, I would think that it would have already been recovered by then.
Yeah, it
Maybe
looks like it's
not,
probably
but
some
I thought
kind
it
of
was cool.
art or
There
something.
seems to be graffiti on it, and when reading the comments, people were making your typical funny jokes at what is such a cool video. and not really knowing what this mysterious object was. You know, many people saying, you know, that's crazy. But
Yeah, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on that.
still up on the channel. And that was right when he was coming out with the new film, which I flew out to Los Angeles,
Yeah,
met Bob in
that's
person, you know, snapped
wow.
pictures, hung out with him after the showing at the theater in Los Angeles.
That's Tyler there on the right. That's Bob Lazar in the middle. That other guy is very famous. I'm afraid I don't remember his name. My apologies.
And one of the main UFOs, one of the main alien craft that he witnessed at Area 51 at the Papoose Dry Lake Bed in Nevada was a flying saucer that he dubbed, or said that they had called, the Sport Model. And that is what you're seeing a depiction of here. It was said to be a traditional metallic flying saucer with some portholes or windows circling around it at the top, and basically just your traditional metal disc. You know, one of the OG original UFOs that were seen
Area
back in the early
51
days.
crash.
And this Sport Model was the one that Bob said he saw there at Area 51 in a hangar, and that they were trying to back engineer, albeit unsuccessfully. And so I'm sure many of you know Joe Rogan. Now, Bob Lazar, after doing the first exclusive here on Security...
Again, don't want to take too much of his information, too much of his show. We're just here to catch clips of UFOs. So, yeah, this seems to be what are we got here? We're back into the UFOs.
Over Ukraine. So first we're going to go over to Ufo Reddit.
Alright, we gotta back up because we can't just... We need context ahead of time.
It means a lot to me, and I want to share it with you guys because you've been writing with me for years now. So now, to some strangeness happening both on the planet and off. If you remember a few videos back, I posted some footage of a mysterious glowing triangle sitting above the skies over Russia, and we all know what's happening there. And I jokingly said that if there were ever a time for an alien species to intervene, it would be now. And so I posted that eerie footage of that triangle, and it seems that there may be more UFO activity that has been captured in the skies over Ukraine. So first we're going to go over to Ufo Reddit, where a newscast had posted a clip of two different UFO sightings that occurred above the Ukrainian territory within the last 2 weeks while everything's been hitting the fan. The first of which was this bright glowing light that seemed to just sit in the sky without moving at all. This thing sits there forever, and I've seen many rocket launches, and this just doesn't look like one. This white blob, just sitting there glowing in the sky and glowing up the smoky sky around it, just sat there for what some said a half an hour, others said hours, half of the night. It's just this strange, purely fluorescent white light where at one point it almost looks like we can see a circular object moving through it. And I'll try to slow it down here, but it looks almost like a spherical object can be seen sort of slowly moving.
That looks dead on like some kind of
a
light
second
beam or
piece of
something.
footage also captured in a separate newscast where we see Ukrainians here playing their musical instruments, playing the anthem, being patriotic in these tough, trying times, where in the background and in the distance, these strange white orbs seem to appear, circled here in red. And at first it appears to be just one light, but then soon after it becomes two. And here are some enhanced versions, inverted and contrast enhanced versions of these two mystery orbs that seem to appear right above the city center of Odessa, Ukraine. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Despite which side you're on, in my last video, while showing President Zelensky of Ukraine, I said this guy is a gangster. Well, I meant that in a good way, as in brave, as in I think that no matter what side you're on, anytime a small country takes on this sort of, David and Goliath mammoth superpower, I think...
Okay, I don't like political propaganda on my YouTube channel any more than necessary. I try to stay out of it. If I have a vote, keep it to myself.
We at the very minimum know that aliens are watching us. There's an endless amount of evidence just on my channel over 400 hours. If you were to watch my very first YouTube video on this channel to today, and you were to binge watch them from first to last, it would take between 400 and 500 hours. And that's covering not...
Yeah, I've already watched those. That may be it for most. Oh, what do we have here? Nope, we got a little bit more.
You can see it in editing. So, real weird. Well, I have a new one for you guys today. This time in the size of probably the Earth, at least one Earth mass. This time in the form of a giant cigar that was captured very quickly.
Common UFO
the
shape.
sun.
Getting ready to switch to a commercial. It's a good time to give, I don't know, a moment's pause.
Not filmed second by second. It's time-lapse footage, so it's extremely sped up. So even though this UFO only appears in a single frame, it could have hovered above the sun for many, many minutes or even hours. And so here you are seeing this cigar-shaped object. I love the word cigar or cylindrical. I've done countless videos on cigar-shaped craft being captured above Earth, around the sun, out in the Orion Nebula, way out in our galaxy. I mean, cigars seem to be, besides triangles and discs, cigars seem to be another one of the major UFOs seen by most people. And so you're seeing the UFO
Probably reptilian
ships,
ships.
shots, and it, again, it has light and shadow to it. Regardless, it's still another strange mystery object, way too close to the sun for comfort. It looks to have light and shadow like a three-dimensional, very long cylinder. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. I'm all about monitoring UFO activity both on and off this planet. Lastly, for you guys,
And that's
today,
what I'm all about
you
now.
may have seen this. Again, I'm still playing
And a
catch
few
up
others.
here, but this is some of the creepiest, ominous-looking footage of a big, dark mass or object that was captured on a woman's dash cam sitting up in the evening skies above Houston, Texas. And so this was posted, I believe it was to a Facebook group that has now been set to private, maybe because of all of the attention this footage, inadvertently received, and she was just tired of being questioned about it. But as you guys are watching, you're driving down the freeway here, captured by someone named Miriam Bauzo. Maybe one of you guys can tell me exactly what highway or freeway this is and if you saw it. But as you guys are watching, and I'll show you some slowed down as well as some color filtered versions here. Yeah, this thing is very strange. It doesn't look like any of the other clouds out there, that's for sure. And it really does look like an object, sitting up in the nighttime skies. If I had to call it any kind of shape, it would be, I guess, sort of kind of triangular. But as I watched this, I noticed that it looked a lot, or at least similar, to the images of the infamous Black Knight satellite, which I've done many videos about here on Secure Team. For those of you who don't know, in a nutshell, the Black Knight satellite is said to be an alien satellite or object that has been orbiting planet Earth out in space for potentially tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. It was detected back in the 1930s or 40s, but